Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I'm Tanvi Taneja, and with me is Anita Anand with the Midday News. The headlines. First ever India-Australia virtual summit held between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Australian counterpart Scott Morrison. 7 agreements signed. Prime Minister Modi says the role of comprehensive strategic partnership will be more important in this period of global pandemic. Australian Prime Minister thanks Mr. Modi for his leadership and playing a constructive role during this pandemic. Supreme Court asks Haryana, Uttar Pradesh and Delhi to come out with uniform policy for movement within NCR region. Odisha government announces complete weekend shutdown in 11 districts amid COVID-19. Union Environment and Forest Minister Prakash Javadekar says strict action will be taken against those involved in the brutal killing of pregnant elephant in Kerala. And Cyclone Nisarg causes heavy damage in Mumbai. IMD issues alert for heavy rains in parts of Madhya Pradesh. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said India is committed to strengthening its relations with Australia. He said it is not only important for the two nations but also for the Indo-Pacific region and the whole world. Addressing the first ever India-Australia virtual summit with Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison, Mr. Modi said the role of comprehensive strategic partnership will be more important in this period of global pandemic.
मेरा मानना है कि भारत और ऑस्ट्रेलिया के संबंधों को और सशक्त करने के लिए ये परफेक्ट समय है, परफेक्ट मौका है। अपनी दोस्ती को और मजबूत बनाने के लिए हमारे पास असीम संभावनाएं हैं। ये संभावनाएं अपने साथ चैलेंजेस भी लाती हैं। चैलेंजेस की किस तरह इस पोटेंशियल को वास्तविकता में ट्रांसलेट किया जाए ताकि दोनों देशों के नागरिकों, बिजनेसेस, एकेडमिक्स, रिसर्चर्स इत्यादि के बीच लिंक्स हो और जो और मजबूत बने।
Mr. Modi said this is a perfect time to further strengthen relations between India and Australia. There are endless opportunities to strengthen our friendship. He added it also brings with it challenges to turn this potential into reality and how bilateral relations become a factor of stability for the region. He said his government has taken the decision to view this COVID-19 crisis as an opportunity. He added that a process of comprehensive reforms has been initiated in almost all areas and its result will be seen at the ground level very soon.
विश्व को इस महामारी के आर्थिक और सामाजिक दुष्प्रभावों से जल्दी निकालने के लिए एक कोऑर्डिनेटेड और कोलैबोरेटिव अप्रोच की आवश्यकता है। हमारी सरकार ने इस क्राइसिस को एक अपॉर्चुनिटी की तरह देखने का निर्णय लिया है। भारत में लगभग सभी क्षेत्रों में व्यापक रिफॉर्म्स की प्रक्रिया शुरू की जा चुकी है। बहुत जल्द ही ग्राउंड लेवल पर इसके परिणाम देखने को मिलेंगे।
The Prime Minister expressed condolences on behalf of the people of India to the COVID-19 affected people in Australia. He also expressed gratitude for the way Australia has taken care of the Indian community and students during the pandemic.
इस कठिन समय में आपने ऑस्ट्रेलिया में भारतीय समुदाय का और खास तौर पर भारतीय छात्रों का, हमारे स्टूडेंट्स का जिस तरह ध्यान रखा है उसके लिए मैं विशेष रूप से आपका आभारी हूं।
In his address, the Australian Prime Minister thanked Mr. Modi for his leadership and for playing a constructive role during the pandemic. He said Australia is committed to an open, inclusive and prosperous Indo-Pacific and India's role in the region will be critical in the years ahead. He added that maritime relationship between India and Australia is the platform for so many other things between both the countries.
Our relationship is exactly as you've said. It is a very comfortable relationship. It is a very natural relationship. So much in common, so much shared, if not in language always, certainly in the things that matter and the values that we hold. And we both seek to champion those values together in our region and independently as very proud sovereign nations and very vibrant liberal democracies as well. And I think we hold that flag up very proudly, each of us.
Mr. Morrison commended India on its leadership on taking the chair of the WHO's executive board. He said this is a very important time to be chairing that board and exuded confidence that India's leadership will be critical in dealing with difficult problems globally, particularly in the health area. India and Australia today announced a comprehensive strategic partnership between the two countries after the virtual summit. They have also jointly announced a declaration on a shared vision for maritime cooperation in the Indo-Pacific. Both the countries also signed 7 agreements after talks between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Australian counterpart Scott Morrison. 7 MOUs include framework arrangement on cyber and cyber-enabled critical technology cooperation, cooperation in the field of mining and processing of critical and strategic minerals, arrangement concerning mutual logistics support. Both the countries also signed MOUs implementing arrangement concerning cooperation in defence science and technology, cooperation in the field of public administration and governance reforms, cooperation in vocational education and training, and on water resources management. After the talks, Prime Minister Modi said both the leaders had an outstanding discussion covering the entire expanse of relationship between the two countries. Mr. Modi said with comprehensive strategic partnership between the two countries, India and Australia aspire to achieve new heights.
India and Australia have committed to elevate the bilateral strategic partnership concluded in 2009 to a comprehensive strategic partnership, CSP. The joint statement on comprehensive strategic partnership between India and Australia stated that the CSP is based on mutual understanding, trust, common interests and the shared values of democracy and rule of law. It reflects India and Australia's strong commitment to a practical global cooperation to address major challenges like COVID-19. It is in line with India's increasing engagement in the Indo-Pacific region through her Indo-Pacific vision and Australia's Indo-Pacific approach. India and Australia also recognize the importance of global cooperation for saving lives and managing the economic impacts of COVID-19 and future global challenges. Both nations will share the benefits of scientific and medical research and development, strengthen healthcare systems to improve capacity for global pandemic prevention, preparedness and response. India and Australia have resolved to boost collaboration on science, technology and research to support their national COVID-19 responses. Both countries have committed to a new phase of the Australia-India Strategic Research Fund to promote innovative solutions for responding to and treating COVID-19. Both countries jointly decided to work together in the areas of digital economy, cyber security and critical and emerging technologies. They also agreed to boost cooperation in the maritime domain. They agreed to continue to deepen and broaden defence cooperation by enhancing the scope and complexity of their military exercises and engagement activities to develop new ways to address shared security challenges. Recognizing that terrorism remains a threat to peace and stability in the region, both sides strongly condemned terrorism in all its forms and manifestations and stressed that there can be no justification for acts of terror on any grounds whatsoever. In an appreciation for Indian cuisine and extraordinary display of bonhomie, Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison mentioned his love for Indian samosas and Gujarati khichdi.
I wish I could be there for what has become the famous Modi hug, and while not and be able to share my samosas, which I thank you for. We had a bit of fun with that on the weekend. So next time it'll have to be the Gujarati khichdi, which I know is a keen favourite of yours and you've mentioned to me before. So I'll try that out in the kitchen before next time we meet in person.
Prime Minister Modi told Mr. Morrison that it is a matter of great pleasure for Gujarati community both in India and Australia.
और जब आपने खिचड़ी की बात कही तो गुजरात के लोग तो बहुत प्रसन्न हो जाएंगे और ऑस्ट्रेलिया में भी बहुत गुजराती परिवार रहते हैं, उनके लिए तो और खुशी की बात होगी। लेकिन मजा यह है कि खिचड़ी एक प्रकार से हमारे देश में पूरे हिंदुस्तान के हर कोने में एक कॉमन वैरायटी के रूप में है, नाम अलग अलग है लेकिन बहुत पॉपुलर है। लेकिन मुझे खुशी होगी आपके साथ इसको एंजॉय करने का। एक्सेलेंसी, आपके उत्साह और विश्वास से भरे शब्दों के लिए मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूं।
Union Environment and Forest Minister Prakash Javadekar today said that strict action will be taken against those involved in the killing of pregnant elephant in Kerala. In a tweet, Mr. Javadekar has said that the centre has taken a very serious note of the killing of the elephant. He said the government will not leave any stone unturned to investigate properly and nab the culprits.
Killing of an elephant in Kerala is shocking. Therefore, we have taken this killing in Kerala very seriously, and we have already deputed our senior officers there, and we will nab the culprits and punish them.
The elephant strayed into a village near the Silent Valley National Park when it ate a pineapple filled with firecrackers. It exploded in its mouth, and in that state the elephant walked for days in pain before it went into a river and died standing. Though cyclone Nisarg has moved away from western coast and Mumbai-Thane region towards northern parts of Maharashtra and further weakened into deep depression, the remnants of the cyclone hit the region hard since early morning. The cyclone made a landfall last noon at Alibag in Raigad district, about 95 kilometers from Mumbai. Entire western coast along with Mumbai-Thane region, Pune, Nashik, Ahmednagar and Aurangabad districts are experiencing high-speed winds with thunderstorm and rains since early morning. This led to uprooting of trees and electricity poles besides other damages even today. Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray will take stock of the situation through video conferencing this noon. More from our Mumbai correspondent.
The heavy to very heavy rainfall that lashed Mumbai city this morning led to waterlogging at low-lying areas of Sion, while 40 to 50 trees were uprooted at Dadar, Kandivali, Santa Cruz and other areas adjoining Navi Mumbai and Thane district, along with Palghar, too experienced high-speed winds with thunderstorm and heavy rainfall. Due to the possibility of landslide, 972 people have been evacuated in Navi Mumbai and lodged at safer places. At Nashik, heavy rains in district since yesterday has led to rise in water level in Godavari River. The Zilla Parishad schools and Anganwadis in western coastal districts have incurred heavy damage due to cyclone Nisarga and the after rains and winds today, while Raigad district administration along with the NDRF teams is trying to restore electricity supply, but continuous rains is making the efforts difficult. Sonali Ghadiyar Patil, AIR News, Mumbai.
In Madhya Pradesh, the impact of cyclone Nisarg is visible on the entire state. Intermittent rains continue with heavy winds since last night in most districts. We have a report.
Since today morning, it is raining in Bhopal, Indore, Hoshangabad, Jabalpur and Sagar divisions. The Met Department has also issued an orange alert for heavy rains in 18 districts of the state. Senior meteorologist A.K. Shukla says that the western disturbance is also showing its impact with the cyclone. The administration has appealed to the people to stay in their homes. Experts say that a similar cyclone came in 1980 and its impact was felt in many areas of the state including Indore, Bhopal and Jabalpur. A similar situation is also visible this time. Sanjeev Sharma, AIR News, Bhopal.
Heavy rainfall is lashing Kerala as monsoon intensifies in the state. Here is our report from our correspondent.
As widespread rain continues in the state, yellow alert is issued in 6 districts and Lakshadweep today. The landslide-prone regions and coastal areas of the state are in high alert. As Met Department predicts rough sea and storm, fisherfolks are warned from venturing into sea in Kerala and Lakshadweep coast. Meanwhile, under Vande Bharat mission, 6 flights are carrying nearly 1,000 stranded Indian nationals to Kerala today from Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Kuwait, Qatar and Oman. Mayusha for AIR News from Thiruvananthapuram.
The Supreme Court has asked Delhi, UP and Haryana government to come out with a uniform policy for movement within the NCR region. The Apex Court was hearing a petition citing inconvenience caused to people as a result of sealing of borders by interstate restrictions imposed in the National Capital Territory region, NCR, in the wake of COVID-19. The court has favoured a uniform policy for NCR movements and said one policy, one path and one portal was required. It has asked the respective state officials to evolve a common policy in this regard within a week and develop a portal for smooth interstate movement in the NCR region.
The centre has told the Supreme Court that its March 29 direction asking private establishments to pay full wages to workers during the COVID-19 lockdown was a temporary measure to mitigate the financial hardships of employees and workers, especially contractual and casual. In an affidavit filed in the Apex Court, the government has said that the directions have been revoked by the authority with effect from May 18. The affidavit filed by the Ministry of Home Affairs (MHA) said the direction was fully in conformity with the provisions, scheme and objects of the Disaster Management Act, and it is not ultra-vires. The centre also requested the top court that employers claiming incapacity in paying salaries must be directed to furnish their audited balance sheets and accounts in the court. It requested the court to dispose of as infructuous the batch of pleas challenging the March 29 notification, arguing that the impugned notifications have outlived their life and adjudication of the same would only entail an academic exercise, as it would not be in the interest of public to seek recovery of salaries paid to employees and workers for the said 54 days. The affidavit has been filed at the Apex Court while hearing the matter on May 26 and asked the centre to file counter-affidavit within a week on the issues raised in the petitions. The Supreme Court has sought Finance Ministry's reply on the waiver of interest on loans during the moratorium period after the RBI said it would not be prudent to go for a record waiver of interest, risking financial viability of the banks. The top court said there are two aspects under consideration in this matter: no interest payment on loans during the moratorium period and no interest to be charged on the interest. A bench of Justices Ashok Bhushan, Sanjay Kishan Kaul and M.R. Shah said that these are challenging times and it is a serious issue, as on the one hand moratorium is granted and on the other hand interest is charged on loans. The bench was hearing a plea filed by Gajendra Sharma in which he has sought a direction to declare the portion of RBI's March 27 notification as ultra-virus to the extent it charges interest on the loan amount during the moratorium period, which creates hardship to the petitioner, being the borrower. Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, appearing for the centre, said that he would like to file the reply of Finance Ministry on the issue and sought time. The top court asked the Solicitor General to file the response by June 12 and allowed the petitioner and other parties to file rejoinder by then. You're listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. First ever India-Australia virtual summit held between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Australian counterpart Scott Morrison. 7 agreements signed. Prime Minister Modi says the role of comprehensive strategic partnership will be more important in this period of global pandemic. Australian Prime Minister thanks Mr. Modi for his leadership and playing a constructive role during the pandemic. Supreme Court asks Haryana, Uttar Pradesh and Delhi to come out with uniform policy for movement within NCR region. Odisha government announces complete weekend shutdown in 11 districts amid COVID-19. Union Environment and Forest Minister Prakash Javadekar says strict action will be taken against those involved in the brutal killing of a pregnant elephant in Kerala. And Cyclone Nisarg causes heavy damage in Mumbai. IMD issues alert for heavy rains in parts of Madhya Pradesh. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
The News Services Division of All India Radio in its bilingual live phone-in program today will bring you a special discussion on COVID-19. Dr. Lieutenant General Ved Chaturvedi, Senior Physician, Sir Gangaram Hospital, New Delhi, will participate in the discussion. Listeners can ask questions to the experts on toll-free telephone number 1800-115767. You can also ask questions on telephone number 011-2331-4444 and post queries on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts by hashtag AskAIR. This can be heard tonight on the FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. onwards. The Union Cabinet has approved a historic amendment to the Essential Commodities Act. This is a visionary step towards transformation of agriculture and raising farmers' income. Briefing media after the Cabinet meeting in New Delhi, Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar said, with the amendment to the Essential Commodities Act, commodities like cereals, pulses, oilseeds, edible oils, onion and potatoes have been removed from the list of essential commodities. He said the decision will ensure better price for farmers' produce and also remove fears of private investors of excessive regulatory interference.
एग्रीकल्चर प्रोड्यूसर मार्केट कमेटी के बंधन से किसान मुक्त हुआ है। किसान कहीं भी उत्पादन बेच सकेगा। ज्यादा दाम देने वाले को बेचने की आजादी मिली है किसान को। ज्यादा कीमतों के गारंटी पर कृषि उपज समझौते से बेचने की किसान को अनुमति मिली है, यानी कोई निर्यातक है, कोई प्रोसेसर है, कोई दूसरे पदार्थों का उत्पादक है, तो उसको कृषि उपज दोनों के आपसी समझौता जो होगा उसके तहत बेचने की सुविधा मिली है, जिससे सप्लाई चेन खड़ी होगी। भारत में पहली दफा ऐसा कदम उठाया गया है।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government completed 1 year of its second term. During this 1 year, the government has taken several steps to provide affordable and quality healthcare to people and building health infrastructure in the country. Our correspondent takes a look at some of the major initiatives and decisions taken during the last 1 year.
The country is going through an unprecedented crisis due to coronavirus pandemic. Under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, India has taken several measures to contain the spread of coronavirus and turn this crisis into an opportunity by marching toward to achieve the goal of self-reliance in health sector. Within a span of few months, India has developed the technical and manufacturing capabilities to produce 2 lakh PPE kits and N95 masks per day. This is remarkable because when the crisis started, India was not manufacturing the PPE kits and very small quantities of N95 masks were produced in the country. India also ramped up its testing facilities and the country is now capable of conducting more than 1 lakh tests of coronavirus sample in a day. Today, there are 710 government and private laboratories chain in the country. Modi government has also announced to provide 15,000 crore rupees for building the health infrastructure in the country. Bhupendra Singh, AIR News, Delhi.
In some sad news, veteran filmmaker Basu Chatterjee, known for his middle-of-the-road cinema and films such as Choti Si Baat and Rajnigandha, passed away today from age-related health issues. He was 93. Basu died in his sleep at his Santa Cruz residence. Known as the chronicler of Indian middle-class anxieties, his best-known works were Manzil, Us Par, Shauqeen, Chitchor, Piya Ka Ghar, Khatta Meetha and Baaton Baaton Mein. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed grief on the demise of filmmaker Basu Chatterjee. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said, Basu Chatterjee's works are brilliant and sensitive. He said it touched people's hearts and represented the simple and complex emotions as well as struggles of people. The Prime Minister expressed condolences to his family and his innumerable fans.
The central government today said that the recovery rate reached to 47.99% in the country and the total number of recovered people from coronavirus reached to 1,04,107. During the last 24 hours, 3,804 people have been cured. Health and Family Welfare Ministry said 9,304 new cases of COVID-19 have been reported in the last 24 hours, taking the total number of cases to 2,16,919 in the country. This is the highest spike in new cases in one day since the outbreak of corona pandemic in India. During the last 24 hours, 260 deaths have been registered, taking the nationwide toll to 6,075. The fatality rate is 2.80%. Delhi government has said that a total of 1,513 new confirmed cases of coronavirus have been reported in Delhi during the last 24 hours, taking the total number of cases to 23,645. Delhi government has confirmed that 9,542 people affected with coronavirus have been cured so far, and the recovery rate is 40.35% in the city. In the last 24 hours, 299 patients have recovered and 50 deaths have been reported in the national capital, taking the toll to 606. Delhi government said that there are 8,386 beds available for the COVID-19 patients, and out of these total beds, 4,940 beds are vacant.
In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, Kashmir Division has been witnessing the upward trend in the positive cases of coronavirus pandemic during the last about 10 days. The surge in the upward trend of positive cases has been largely seen in the South District of Kulgam District, where the district administration is tirelessly reaching out to residents to mitigate their sufferings. More from our Srinagar correspondent.
Kulgam district in Kashmir has topped the list of 264 active cases of COVID-19 in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Out of the 313 positive cases, 210 have travel history. Medical Superintendent District Hospital Kulgam, Dr. Muzaffar Zargar has said that the number of positive cases were very less in the beginning, but it showed sharp increase due to the evacuation of people from outside Jammu and Kashmir. Meanwhile, Deputy Commissioner Kulgam, Shaukat Aijaz Bhatt has said that 46 areas in the district were declared red zones and has instructed for the complete enforcement of lockdown in these areas. This is Sunil Kohl for AR News from Srinagar.
In Odisha, 90 persons were tested positive in the last 24 hours in the state, taking the cumulative COVID-19 tally in Odisha to 2,478. The state has now a total of 1,053 active cases, 1,416 recoveries and 7 deaths. The state government has announced all schools and colleges across the state will continue to remain closed till July 31st. School and Mass Education Minister Samir Ranjan Dash told media persons that schools across the state which have remained closed due to lockdown will not reopen on the scheduled date of June 17th. However, online classes and evaluation of answer sheets of metric and plus 2 examinations are continuing in the state. The Odisha government announced several tough measures to tackle COVID-19 challenge in the wake of the return of lakhs of Odia migrant workers. The government ordered a complete weekend shutdown in 11 migration-prone districts in June. The shutdown will be enforced in Ganjam, Puri, Nayagarh, Khordha, Cuttack, Jagatsinghpur, Kendrapada, Jajpur, Bhadrak, Baleshwar and Bolangir.
Karnataka Primary and Secondary Education Department will seek opinions of parents and stakeholders on reopening of schools in the state. The Minister for Primary Education S. Suresh Kumar has said that after the easing of COVID-19 lockdown norms, government would not take any hasty decisions regarding the reopening of schools. He informed that parents' meeting will be held in all schools on June 10, 11 and 12 to collate opinions. More from our correspondent.
The parents' meeting will be held in government, aided and unaided private schools, and opinion would be sought regarding reopening of schools for nursery and primary classes, higher primary classes and high school classes. Welcoming the debate about the reopening of schools, the minister in a post on his Facebook page denied allegations that the government was bowing to the private lobby on this issue. The minister said a final decision about cutting the syllabus short in view of the late reopening of schools will be taken in consultation with the Directorate of State Educational Research and Training. R. Murthy, AAR News, Bengaluru.
Indian cricketing legend Anil Kumble has urged people to take all precautions against COVID-19 and follow government guidelines, even though the lockdown is being eased. He appealed to everyone to wear masks, maintain hygiene and take all preventive steps to stop the spread of the infection.
Although the lockdown has been eased, we are all aware that the COVID-19 cases are increasing by the day. So it's very essential that we follow all the safety precautions that the health advisory has given us and also follow the government guidelines strictly. So please wear the mask so that we are protected. It's important that we remain hygienic, wash our hands, but most importantly, wear a mask.
World Health Organization Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus said that WHO will resume its trial of hydroxychloroquine for potential use against the coronavirus after those running the study briefly stopped giving it to new patients over health concerns. Speaking at an online media briefing, he said that WHO experts had advised the continuation of all trials, including hydroxychloroquine.
Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for today. The national capital Delhi will witness minimum temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. Maximum temperature is expected to hover around 36 with generally cloudy sky and light rain. Mumbai is having generally cloudy sky today after witnessing heavy rain due to cyclone Nisarg yesterday. It is also expected to receive moderate rain. Minimum temperature recorded today was 28 degrees Celsius while maximum will be 31. In the south, Chennai is expected to have generally cloudy sky with light rain or drizzle. Minimum temperature was recorded at 29. Maximum will go up to 39. Kolkata will witness partly cloudy sky with possibility of moderate rain or thunderstorm. Minimum temperature in the metropolis was 26, while maximum will be around 36. On to north, in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, the minimum temperature was 23 degrees Celsius in Jammu, while maximum will be around 36 degrees Celsius. In Gilgit, the minimum temperature was recorded 17 degrees Celsius and the maximum is expected to be around 31 degrees Celsius. In Muzaffarabad, there will be partly cloudy sky with possibility of rain, thunderstorm or dust storm. The minimum temperature was recorded 15 degrees Celsius and the maximum is expected to be around 31 degrees. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. First ever India-Australia virtual summit held between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Australian counterpart Scott Morrison. 7 agreements signed. Prime Minister Modi says the role of comprehensive strategic partnership will be more important in this period of global pandemic. Australian Prime Minister thanks Mr. Modi for his leadership and playing a constructive role during the pandemic. Supreme Court asks Haryana, Uttar Pradesh and Delhi to come out with a uniform policy for movement within NCR region. Odisha government announces complete weekend shutdown in 11 districts amid COVID-19. Union Environment Minister Prakash Javadekar says strict action will be taken against those involved in the brutal killing of pregnant elephant in Kerala. And with that, we end the Midday News.